impressions for this upcoming season? I mean, it's a normal year, right?
Well, it's great to have a normal year for sure. Impressions would be very, very excited and optimistic about what I'm seeing with these kids. I would say, we knew that we were going to have some young talent, but actually seeing the talent on the field has been really exciting. I think the kids I thought we had one of the best first weeks we've ever had. And then, we had a couple days there in week 2 where I was like, what the heck is going on? We got to pick it up. And then I think kids did pick it up, and we had a nice performance at the scrimmage, and we've been really good this week. So, I mean, we're off to I feel like a good start.
You lost about a dozen seniors from last year. How do we fill those holes?
Yeah, replacing the seniors is always going to be difficult. We had some really good kids, really good leaders. Obviously super talented players like Isaiah Randall, and we definitely have younger kids that are stepping up, and some of these kids are going to be maybe a little ahead of schedule, but I really like the way they've responded. As you look at our group as a whole, I think we had a really nice off season. There's a ton of kids that were multi-sport, and we love that, but they also continued to lift and get better as athletes, and I think that's paying off for us.
When you didn't really have that opportunity last year because the off season was not really an off season.
Exactly. The COVID year, we literally we didn't have an off season. We could not lift kids. We tried to provide things that kids could do at home, but obviously it's a lot different when you can get your group together and do this stuff. So I feel like that's a big deal for us.
Last year I felt like our depth was good overall with our numbers. How do you feel the depth of the team is this year?
I would honestly say our depth is not as good just because of numbers. We do have some depth. It's just not the depth that you'd really like to have, right? It's not like we know that there are going to be injuries because that's part of the deal. But I feel like just about across the board, we feel pretty good about having another kid that can go in there and play and perform. When you get below that, I don't know. Then we'll see. But that's true for a lot of teams. But probably a little less depth than you'd like to have as a coach.
The exception of that being quarterback. I mean, you had multiple guys start games at quarterbacks last year. Felt good about your depth at quarterback last year. I mean, that typically in the year you got your guy you feel really good about, and then it's kind of question marks after that. How do you handle the quarterback position going into the season?
Well, our quarterback depth is very, very good. Wyatt Larson has been tremendous. He's had a really good camp. He's had a really good off season, and I think things are coming together for Wyatt. And we love Cal Smith as a very, very capable 1B. He can be a game changer, and he will for us down the road. So I feel really good about Cal. Of course, if we had injuries to those guys, we have Mason Werner, who there's many years you'd give your little finger to have a guy like that. So we have 3 kids like that. Now Mason it's very difficult to really get 3 quarterbacks ready, so we went with 2. And Mason's done a terrific job with his attitude, learning different positions in the slot, also playing running back. Huge role on defense for us. So, it's great because we have 3 kids that are super talented, but they're helping us all over.
I always felt like you emphasized special teams a lot. The third facet of the game, if you split the other 2, whoever wins special teams wins the game. How early in the year, special teams usually seems a little bit behind, right? Just because it's the nature of the beast. How do we look from a special teams perspective coming into the season?
Yeah, we really do believe that special teams is an equal third of the game. You got to win the special teams phase. We've been good. We're unproven at snapper, but I really liked what I've seen. Our top punt snapper is a freshman, Evan Clausen, and he's been real consistent. Now of course when the lights are on, and he's still got to do it, but he seems like he's doing a really good job. Sean Van Someren has looked terrific punting the ball. I feel like we're athletic. We're going to be able to cover. Our cover teams look like they're going to be good. We have Davis Paulson, who is helping us kicking, and Davis has looked really, really good in the limited time that we've had him. He's also playing soccer, so we share him, but he's definitely a weapon for us. We have some younger guys in the return game one is Ryan Viendahl, who's looked really good. And, we got a lot of confidence in Sam Hush returning kicks as well. So I would say that our outlook for special teams is very positive. I feel like that's going to be a strength.
Defensively, we've had the same system in place for a long time and been very successful defensively. What are your impressions of our defense at this point in time?
I think defensively, again, we're going to play some young guys on defense, and it will take time. I have no doubt that we're going to be a better team 4 or 5 weeks from now than we are right now, because there's going to be mistakes. There are things that, like if you've been in the defense for a year or 2 or 3, you solve problems faster, communication's better. So there's no substitute for time. Having said that, I really like what I've seen on D. I feel like we have a lot of speed. We have a fast group defensively. I think our Mike linebacker and Keegan Offsey is a special player. I think Cal Smith at Buck has been terrific. Mason Werner has looked terrific. I look at the kids that we're going to have playing in the middle of our defense with the Noah Sarar, Dylan Viendahl, sophomore, and Elijah Heimer. We are really good up the middle, and we do have some good experience with Clay Lawrence at defensive end. Eli Coonan's going to rotate in there. Colin Fritz is going to rotate in, play a lot at the end. So we really do like our depth there. So we have a chance to be really good on D, but I expect that there will be some growing pains. That's part of the deal, because when you're playing, young guys, you're going to have some mistakes. But I think we're good. We got a chance to be pretty good.
Looking at the roster, I feel like, is this maybe the biggest or tallest team that you've coached here?
I've coached for a long time. I don't know that we've had this kind of size up front, and it's not just up front. I mean, you have some big receivers. You have a Sean Van Someren who, he's a 6'4", fast, athletic, go up and get it. You got Colin Fritz, who's 6'2", who catches everything. You got Sam Hush, who's one of the fastest kids in the conference. And then you add Cal Smith, you add Mason Werner, you add Eli Coonan in a inline tight end role. You have some kids that are extremely fast, big, and talented, which is exciting.
How about the new field?
It's beautiful. The new field is just spectacular. We just can't wait to play on it. I'm an old man. I can't sleep this whole week. I just can't wait to get up there and get it going. It's gonna be fun.
Any other things to add on before we shut her down?
No, I just really do things that other impressions. I feel like it's a close unit. I really liked how I think guys are trying to make each other better. We watched that video. I don't know if you got a chance to see it. Ernie Johnson talks to the Alabama football program, and everyone has value, and make someone's day better. Even it's little things, but I really do feel like I've seen a lot of that where kids are really trying to genuinely help each other. We had the Fred Fritz tragedy, and I really feel like guys have been outstanding teammates, and really being supportive, and we hope that we can make that just a little bit better for the Fritz family. So I'm really proud of our kids. I think they've really done a good job.
Awesome. Thank you very much.